போயிட்டு 1 மணிக்கா?
இவன் எங்க வருவானே? சோழிங்கநல்லூர் வருவானே விஜய் அப்போ இனிமேல். சோழிங்கநல்லூருக்கு வருவான்ல?
ஏன்?
எலெக்ஷன் ரேலிக்கு.
எங்க வேலை இருக்குது அவனுக்கு? எங்கதான் வேலை இருக்குது அவனுக்கு?
இங்க இன்னும் சொல்லல. இடம் சொல்லல. இப்போதைக்கு நார்த் சென்னையில தான் இருக்கிறான்.
அவன் இங்கேயே வாங்க போதான்றான்.
ஆமா ப்ரோ, வரும். இப்போ சென்னை ஃபுல்லா வரும் ப்ரோ. மற்ற ஊருக்கெல்லாம் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்ல வந்துட்டு போவான். சென்னைக்கு மட்டும் எல்லா இடத்துக்கும் வருவாங்க.
ஓட்டியாவா?
Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back to the training. Yeah, I'm here only and we are yet to get started. So let's take a minute more and then we'll begin. Yeah, please go ahead, start your virtual machines, guys. And let's begin. So in the last session, we spoke about how NetMiko library can be used for pushing configuration onto the routers. And initially we tried configuring multiple interfaces on the router where we use the lab like this. We utilize the for loop for pushing configuration of multiple interfaces on the same device. And then we also had a look on how we can push the configuration on 3 routers that we put inside the list. What we did, we created a list and we, using a for loop, tried connecting to all of them one by one. We asked for the username and password, then asked for how many interfaces do you want to configure, then the name, IP mask, description, implemented the configurations, executed some show command, and finally saved the configs and disconnected the connection. This is what we tried in our previous session. Now we'll modify this particular script a little bit to understand how we can select out of the collection. Basically, if we have 3 routers and we just want to push configuration on one router, then how to select that one router? That is something that we are going to understand in this. To make the selection process, instead of providing my router details in the form of list, what I'll do is I'll put them in the form of dictionary. I'm going to say routers is equals to a dictionary where there is going to be R1 as a key, and the value to that will be 10.255.1.101, comma. R2 will be another key, and the value to that would be 10.255.1.102, comma. R3 with the IP 10.255.1.103. Now we will not be using the for loop. Why? Because we don't want to configure all of them. Rather, we want to configure one of them, the one that I select. So I'll remove the indentation and for loop. For loop, we have simply deleted the command, and for removing indentation, I'll select my complete script and will press the combination Shift plus Tab. When I do that, the indentation is successfully removed. Yeah. Now I have to basically ask the question, which router are you willing to configure? R1, R2, R3, which one, right? First of all, I'll print my dictionary called routers, and then I'll ask my user to provide me with the value that they wish to configure. So which router would you like to configure? Now, whatever value they provide, it has to be in capital letters, right? If I want my user selection to match with the key names, then I need to make sure that the R of R1, R2, or R3 should be in uppercase. So what I can do is I can say in the next line that user selection should be reassigned with the value user selection dot upper. So what will happen now? Even if my user provides a small r, on the line number 12, it will get updated into capital R. Okay. Now the task is to fetch the IP that is associated with the key name. And that is also very simple and easy to do job. I'll create the variable router IP. That's what I am using later on as well. And then from the dictionary routers, when we want to fetch out a specific key, what we do is we put a square bracket and we put the key name like R1, R2, R3. Now, instead of putting the key name, I'll call my variable user selection because that is what is going to contain the key name. The user is going to provide me R1, R2, R3, right? So I'll say that router IP is equals to routers underscore users, routers square bracket user selection. As a result, the IP associated with the key name, for example, R2, will get stored into the variable router IP. And then later on, the connection will get established with that particular router. That's what we'll try to implement. Let's see if the routers are up or not. I'll remove the loopbacks that we have from the previous configs. So no interface range loopback 10 to 101. Perfect. Next, I'll go to router 2. Config T, no interface range loopback 0 to 1. Exit. Then we have router 3. Perfect. Let's begin with the script. I'll try to run my script. Okay. First, it has printed out the dictionary and then it's asking which router would you like to configure. I'll make my selection as R3. You can see intentionally I am putting a small r there, R3. It will ask for the username, password. And you can see SSH connection successfully established with 10.255.1.103. So the one I selected, it's only making connection with that. What number of interfaces do you wish to configure on the device? Let's say 2 interfaces. Interface name gig0/1, IP 210.3.3, subnet mask /24, description configured using NetMiko. It is done successfully. Now it's asking for the show command that I wish to run. So show IP interface brief. There you go. Again, it is asking enter the interface name for the second interface. Now I'll try creating a loopback 1, IP 1.1.1.1, subnet mask /32, description configured using NetMiko. Configurations are implemented successfully. Whatever show command you wish to run to verify this, you can use that. This time I'll go for, let's say, show interface loopback 1. And there you can see the running configurations for the loopback number. Now it will save the configs on the device and would finally close the session. So this small modification of my script can let me select which router I want to configure out of the collection. Let me know what questions or doubts do you have.
Sir, previously the script you showed us last class. Here, we can use the for loop.
In the previous one, we used the for loop so that we could connect with all the routers that we had inside our list. Now we don't require a for loop basically because we are going to configure only one device out of the collection, not all of them. If you want to configure all of them, then we can definitely use for loop.
If the user choice is one, then we can also configure the only one router.
If the user choices,
if in the for loop, the range, if we can use only one router,
yeah, you can implement it like that way as well, where you ask your user how many routers do you wish to configure. And when they say one, then you will need some mechanism that asks the user about which IP exactly from the list you wish to configure, right? So that is something which will require you to put the index number. Well, that's something which would be from the user's point of view a bit tricky to be understood because they'll have to figure out the index number of the appropriate IP so that the correct selection can be made. But in the case of dictionary, it becomes easy because we have the key names. I hope that makes sense, Shami.
Yes, sir. I was thinking that if we can have some list to the user so that they can easily put the choice of their own, like R2, R1, R3, and after that they can input the way you take the input from the user choice. So user choice
like
and the user
first
selection.
they define the values inside dictionary and then select one of it. Is it what you're asking?
Yes, I'm asking some pragmatic situation where user choice that I just, okay, I'll configure one router or two router, and I'll make the input from my side. We need to say that if we have the R1 to R10, 10 routers in their domain, they put choice that I'll configure two router out of 10 routers, and
Okay.
I'll configure R2 and R9.
That again can be simply done using a for loop. So I'll show you how. For example, First, we'll print out the routers, and then we'll ask a question. How many routers do you wish to configure?
Yes, yes.
Enter the number of routers. That you wish to configure, right? And then I can use a for loop for ABC in range bracket 0, user input,
Yes, exactly.
and can put the
Yes.
remaining part of my script as a part of for loop. Now, if my user says I want to configure 2 routers, let's say. Sorry. Yeah, if my user says I want to configure 2 routers, then they'll be asked first which router, then second which router, and then the whole execution will take place. Like if I try to run this now, for example, so we have the list here. I mean, we have the dictionary here. You can even put it inside for loop so that every iteration it gets printed out, which will make it even more better. So
Yes.
first we have it here, and then you can put it inside the for loop as well. That's it. So enter the number of routers that you wish to configure. Let's say 2. Which router would you like to configure? I'll say, let's say R1, username admin, password Cisco.
Absolutely, sir. That's what I'm looking for. Yes.
Yeah. So by using a for loop like this, we can definitely implement the one that you were talking about. Let's say I don't want to configure now anything here. So I'll say 0 interfaces. Oops, I'm so sorry. I had to put it earlier. Yep. So when I say 0, it takes me to the next selection. Which router would you like to configure? I'll say R2 this time. So I can proceed with the remaining part. Yeah.
Absolutely, sir. Because this will make user choice out of many routers. And
Right.
what routers? Thank you.
Yes, Sandeep.
Yes, the line number 19 basically. So it says like when you selected the upper, it says like we can use the lowercase as well. But if it is not there, then we have to use the uppercase only, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because the key name will not match if, for example, I'll say small r1, right? I need to keep it in the caps so that it can be identified in the dictionary and the appropriate IP can be selected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yep. You're welcome. Anyone else?
Can you revert it back the way it was before? You were explaining to some guy just now. You put a follow up in it and a lot of add-on. You just change everything the way it was before.
The earlier one is something that you can find in the Telegram group as well. I'll show you that. So this is the lab guide for it. In the previous one, we had all the routers defined inside the list. And then using a for loop, we were connecting to them one by one to loop through the data of the list devices and connect the routers list one by one, like shown before. So you were connecting to them one by one, and you were compelled to put the configurations on all the 3 routers.
Now, I'm not talking about for the one from last week. I'm talking about the one you just did this morning.
Sorry, can you repeat yourself?
No, I am not talking about the one from last week.
Okay.
I'm talking about the one you just.
Okay, then in that one, we just didn't have these 3 lines.
Yeah, that's why.
It was like this. Now this would work only for one router. But if, let's say, from the whole collection, I want to implement configs on more than one router, then we can implement these 3 lines and that would do the job. Okay.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Take your time, guys. I'll give you 15 minutes to try this. Take your time, experiment with this, and let me know once you're done.
Hey, Chirag,
Yes, Kishore.
can you scroll your screen because some text is hidden underneath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Sir, I got an error. Can I show my screen?
Yes, Shamim. It says router IP is not defined. So you are not basically defining the variable router IP, which is supposed to be the IP fetched out from the dictionary. I'll share my screen again and show you which command you are missing. This one, see? Can you see that, Shamim?
Yes, sir. Got it. Router IP. Okay. Another one, a print I want to do. I want to ask user that don't put IP, put the router name. Because as a user, I also first time put the router name, the router IP. So it given me the.
Yeah, you can put up this input statement in that manner where you can tell them to just put the name of the router.
Router IP.
Yeah. For example, you can add up a bracket here simply and say R1/R2/R3.
Router IP, routers, user selection. The routers, sir, it means this command.
This one is fetching out the IP from the dictionary routers. Routers is your dictionary, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is
User
something where we have
selection.
user selection is
It
the
is
key name. The key name, right?
okay. Routers. Yeah. Okay. Routers. Yeah. Yeah. Routers means the dictionary and the dictionary value.
Yeah.
Routers. Routers dot user selection, sir. Right.
What, Shamim?
Routers and then third bracket.
Yeah, this one.
Yes.
You didn't get this?
No, I get this. This is routers is the dictionary and the user selection is the key
Exactly.
under the third. Why again it is?
So, Chirag, I don't want to request again and again to roll up and down your screen. Either you copy this thing in the chat so I can take it from there, your syntax or whatever.
But Kishore, sorry, can you repeat? Your voice is breaking a bit.
Okay, I don't want to request you again and again to scroll up and down. Can you copy
No,
this text in the chat?
Sure. I'll do one more thing.
It is just the reference point. Yeah.
I understand. No issues at all. I pasted this screenshot in the Telegram group. I'm pasting this in the chat as well.
Yeah. Hmm.
Sir, can you see my screen here?
No, Shamim. Do you have a question?
Yes, there is a error.
Please share your screen.
Yes, sir.
You have your routers as a list. It needs to be a dictionary, like I said before.
Okay, I'm taking.
I'm sharing my screen. There. See, it has to be a dictionary.
Got it, sir. I'm making it correct. I
Guys,
copy
once you're
paste from
done.
the last. Yeah, I copy
Yeah,
paste from
the last one had a list and we tried connecting to all of them one by one. But yeah, this time you need to put it as a dictionary. Also, once you guys are done, please make sure you drop a done message. Then we'll speak about the next exam.
Hmm.
So give us 5 minutes.
Chirag, you said some shortcut key to, if we are using for loop, then if we need to, remove it. What was the shortcut? Shift something
Shift
you said.
plus tab. Shift plus
Shift
tab
tab.
button would remove the indentation and tab button would add the indentation.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Hey, Chirag, you there?
Chirag.
Okay, let's wait. He must have gone. He'll come back.
Yep, I'm here only. Yes.
Sorry, sir.
So I just saw your
Yeah.
message. Yes, Justin, please, you can definitely share your screen.
All right. I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yep, I can.
Yeah, I don't know why now I'm getting this error. I installed some VMs and
Mhm.
I
Okay.
I've ruined my VMware now.
No worries. It's simple troubleshooting that will make it work. In the search box, in the start
Mhm.
menu, can you search for core isolation?
For isolation. Okay.
I'm pasting one command. Open your command prompt with the administrator access and run that command
Alright.
there. And then you will have to reboot your device. Run as administrator.
All right. Did you send the command on the chat?
Yeah, 1 second, I'll paste it.
Oh.
Okay, I've pasted it in the chat.
Yes, yes, I've seen it. I've tried to copy it. Okay. Copy. It's failing. Let me just write it.
Yeah. After typing this, you'll have to restart your PC. ECD.
D.
Who missed on typing D. Yeah. Now restart your device and then try booting the VM again.
All right. I hope you guys will wait for me.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Sure, you had some question?
Yes, yes. After, can I share my screen now?
Sure. Yeah.
One sec, bringing up my thing. So, what is happening here? Sorry, Chirag, just a second. Oh, you see my screen already. I thought it's a different
Yeah.
one. So, I'm facing this error here. Look at this.
Okay. Upper is a method that can be used with string objects, which will show to use a selection is full strings. After upper, you have to put parentheses.
After upper.
Yeah.
Okay, just a second. Maybe it's missing. This is the one you're talking about?
Yeah. Save your changes and try to run this again.
So I'm not saving things constantly. So I'm just trying to run it. Will that be an issue? I don't know.
Sorry.
I was not saving this all the
No
time.
worries. Like if there is a minor change, it automatically saves it when you run it.
Okay, so let's try run this. One. Enter the number of routers. I want to configure 2 routers. Which router I want to configure R2? Small case. No, now I'm getting it. I guess
Yeah.
so. Ah, okay, I'll work. Someone else who can handle it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Shamir.
Here, another user point of view, there's issue can come with this script because after giving the router interface, how many interface you want to configure? Like I said, one, okay, but I am putting the IP, and sometimes today I forgot. I also put the IP and then I put the mask as well. Because I forgot the script that the marks input will be taken in the other line. So how can we adjust this exception handling? Like if user must, we need to say what I've tried to say, that user only able to put this IP only,
Yeah.
nothing else.
No, there is no such possible manner until unless you decide to use some conditionals by yourself. So some custom program can definitely do this job. Otherwise, there is a library called IP address, which can help us in ensuring that IPs are provided in the correct format. So I'll see. I'll try to introduce you all to that library in a coming session, maybe
Okay,
tomorrow.
Oh, no problem,
Yeah,
sir.
so
Because
that
you see that the justification what I'm saying, because
right.
I myself also forgot what I have done in the last week. So
Mhm.
giving the giving the IP address, engineer can also forget that this mask will be taken in the next line. It is uh,
Yeah,
quite possible. Possibility is very high. So that in that time the exception handling need to be done. That we cannot give
exactly.
the
So definitely, and that can be simply implemented using the library, like I said, IP address library. I'll show it to you how that can be implemented.
Chirag, I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, how, I don't know, maybe you'll be covering this in future, but I'm just asking now. So is there a way we can scan, for an example, uh, when we give a when we run a script, it should basically ask, okay, what exactly the existing loopback addresses are there, and if the need be, it can be cleaned. So is it like an if and else kind of situation that you'll be covering later, I guess?
Definitely, this can be implemented, and it simply requires this part of the script in the beginning. So it will ask you to write a show command for the verification purpose. Once you know what is already there, after that you can continue with your configurations as per your requirement.
So that show command, whatever the output is, can be used as an input in the script. Is that possible?
That's a very nice question, and that's something that require model-driven programmability. So the only problem that we have here is that every input and output that we are providing or that we are receiving from the device is in the form of CLI. Now, CLI is something that can be understood by you, can be understood by the network devices, but not by your PC, right? So to fix that, we will be working with model-driven programmability later on, where we use data structuring languages like XML, JSON, which are also understood by my PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we will be doing that, huh?
Yep. Later on.
Okay, great. It's exciting. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Yep.
Step I want to know.
Yes, Gaurav?
I'm running late, guys, but I'm installing that.
I cannot
I'm
understand you,
installing
Gaurav.
the EVNG with ASAVCSR. So I have installed. I'm going to opening that file now. There is a pop-up is coming there. Suggested like VMware player or the default
Workstation.
type VM workstation.
Right. Go with VMware
Yes.
Workstation.
Yeah. Yeah, now it is.
Sir, in the chat I cannot type anything.
Yeah, that's the same problem, Shamim, like we have discussed earlier also. If you will sign in and then try to join in the call, then it will be accessible.
I log out from now.
Not right now, you can try later maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Justin,
done. That's what I'm trying to say.
no worries.
I'm
Great,
done
cool.
with the.
Yep. Justin, what's the update? Are we good to proceed? Like, were you able to fix the issue?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, that's perfect. Cool. Let's continue and let's try understanding how we can push configurations related to routing protocols onto my device. So I'll save this one and we'll create a new one. And this would be about configuring routing. So I'm going to call this ssh_routing.py. Now, before we proceed with ssh_routing, or before we proceed with this particular script that's about configuring routing protocols, we have to understand conditionals. Conditionals basically give you the ability of operating with the script on the basis of a certain condition. For example, I'll create a question here for my user. Number is equals to int of input bracket, enter a number, a simple question. Then I'll create two conditions. I'll say if number is greater than 0, then print you selected a positive number. Now, when I want to put my other condition, I can say else. Else print you selected a negative number. So we can say for any instance in which this condition matches, this print statement would be printed out. Otherwise, for all the other possible scenarios, which are simply being the number either less than 0 or equals to 0, we'll go for the else statement. So let's try this first. It asks me for a number. I'll put the number as 10. And it says you selected a positive number. I'll run this again now. And I'll put number 0. The problem is that it says you selected a negative number. Because for what we have greater than 0, we have a print statement that is you selected a positive number. And for every other possible situation, we have an else statement that says you selected a negative number. Now, the thing is that I want to add one more statement here that says your number is 0 if the number is provided as 0. So in that scenario, what we do, we use else if. So between if and else, I'll put one more condition, else if. Else if number is equals to 0, then print the number selected. The selected number is 0. Now here, if you might have observed, we have used the equals to sign 2 times. Why? Because when we use it once, we call it assignment operator, and wherever we want to match a certain value with the other one, then there you have to put the equals to sign 2 times to make it work like a equals to. Now we have 3 conditions. If number would be greater than 0, it will print you have selected a positive number. If it would be 0, it will say the selected number is 0. And for any other else situation, which is simply the only possible thing, having a number less than 0, will print out the statement you have selected a negative number. Let's try. Enter a number. I'll say, let's say 5. It says you selected a positive number. This time I'll say 0. It says the selected number is 0. If I say -6 or -3, it says you selected a negative number. So what it does, it first of all looks at the first condition. When we received -6, it will check if the number is greater than 0. It is not, right? Then it will jump on to the second one. It will check if the number is equals to 0. It is not. Then it will look at the third one, which simply says if the above statements are not matching, then simply print you have selected a negative number. and it does the job by saying you have selected a negative number. Questions? Okay, I hope we are clear with this then. Now using the same thing, I will implement configuration that can operate as per my conditions. Right now, my script that we have discussed is only capable of configuring IP configs on the interfaces. I now also want to bring in static routing. So let's see how we can achieve that. First of all, I'll call my library, which we require. So I'm going to say from netmiko import connect handler, then from get pass import get pass. I'll ask for the username and password, input bracket, enter your username, password is equals to get pass bracket, enter your password. Then I'll define the IP of my router number 1, which is 10.255.1.101. After that, I'll define the router details. Router details is equals to a dictionary in which the first key is going to be IP, to which the value is going to be R1. Next key is going to be username, and the value is going to be the variable username. Password with the value password. Device underscore type with a value Cisco iOS. Then I'll create a connection. SSH is equals to connect handler bracket double asterisk router details. Print SSH connection established with the device successfully. Once that is done, I will ask my user, what do you wish to configure? Do you wish to configure interface configurations or do you wish to configure static routing? So again, simply user choice is equals to int of input bracket. And simply we can say welcome to the router configuration utility \n. What would you like to configure? \n. Option number 1, interface configurations. \n. Option number 2, static routing. \n. Please make a choice. And then I'll specify 1/2. Okay. Now I'll create two conditions. If my user choice is equals to 1, then print you have selected interface configurations \n. Please provide the information below to proceed. Okay. What information do we require? We'll take it from the previous script. Simply we can copy it from here, where we are asking for the number of interfaces, then creating a for loop, pushing all the configurations. Yeah, I'll copy all of this and I'll paste it here. Indentation is something that you need to take care of very carefully, otherwise your script will not work. As you can see, the indentation got disturbed. I'll select the text and will press the tab button to make it a part of my first condition, which is for the interface configs. So we can say now my question will be asked, what number of interfaces do you wish to configure on the device? And on the basis of that, it will configure the interface onto my router and will finally give me the option of running the show command that I wish to run to verify the details. Okay, we'll keep it out of the for loop so that we are only allowed to run the show command once. For example, if I am configuring 5 interfaces, then after configuring all the 5 interfaces, then I will get this to run the show command, right? So I have made that modification. That completes my condition number 1. Now the task is to define the static routing part, the condition number 2, the important one, the new one we can say. So else if user choice is equals to 2, then print you have selected static routing configurations \n. Please provide the information below to proceed. What information do we require? First of all, we require the number of routes my user is willing to enter. So int of input, enter the number of static routes that you wish to configure. Just like we created a for loop in the previous config, here also I'll do the same for static underscore config in range 0, user choice colon enter. And now we'll ask about the details that we need for adding a static route. What all things do we require, guys? We require the network ID, the subnet mask, and the next hop address, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll ask for all these details. I'll say network
Also
underscore
sometimes-
ID
Also
is equals
sometimes
to
next hop IP interface.
yeah. So network ID is equals to input bracket enter the destination network ID. That's going to be my first question. Next, the subnet input bracket enter the destination network subnet mask. Third would be next hop. So next hop is equals to input bracket enter the next hop address or exit interface. Then I need to define my commands. Commands is equals to only one command is required. So f string IP space route curly braces. First I'll call my network ID space curly braces. Next I'll call my subnet mask space. Next I'll call the next hop. As simple as that. Enter. We can say static underscore configs is equals to ssh dot send config set bracket commands. Enter. Print static configs. Same procedure basically if you see, right? So print static configs, and then I'll ask my user to fetch out the details for verification. So static underscore details is equals to ssh dot send command bracket and input bracket enter the show command that you wish to run to verify. Finally, I can say print static details. So we have successfully defined what to do if user selects the option number 2. But what if they select option number 3? Now 3 do not exist, right? It's a wrong selection. 3, 4, 5, 6, all those possible numbers. For all of them, I'll define one final statement, which is the else statement, which simply says print invalid input detected. Please try again. Then at the end, I can tell it to save the configuration. So ssh.save config, and I can disconnect my connection. ssh dot disconnect. That's how we can utilize conditionals for more than one type of configurations. Raise your hand if you have got any question.
Sir, I cannot raise the hand. There's some problem. My question is that else print invalid input detected. It is after this. There's two command, that is save and disconnect.
Yeah.
So if user give the wrong input, then will it print it and disconnect the session?
Yes, it will.
Or
You see,
after
the connection will get established here only. So at line number 16. After that, we are asking all this, right? So at the end, when we are still connected, we'll save the configs. And if in case, let's say the user has given invalid input, then there won't be any change. There won't be anything to save, but it will still save the whatever configs are there, the same configurations. And then finally would disconnect me.
Can we put one thing like after having the invalid input, we can ask user, do you want to configure more? Or if he says yes, then we can start the loop again for the input. Or if user says no, then save config and disconnect.
That's something we can definitely implement using while loops. So I'll be introducing that as well. As of now, I want you to try using the for loops. So
no problem. If it is in the future, then it's okay.
Yeah, all these things, the error and exception handling, utilization of while loops, working with files, these things are yet to be discussed. So gradually with some other examples, we'll be integrating these discussions as well.
Because here user can try one more time. If
I
maybe
understand
he can mistakenly put the input wrong and he want to try one more time and then he want to disconnect. So
yeah, it can be done simply by using a small modification. First, give it a try to this much, and then I may explain it right away. Yeah.
So it is too big. Can we have the script, or you want us to still configure it manually?
I'll paste a screenshot.
That's nice. Hey, Chirag, just a general question.
Yep.
In line 42, and there are many other lines, it says user choice, int of input user. What does that int stand for?
Integer.
Okay, so that is for the integer.
So we're converting the value that we are collecting into integer, so that when we use it inside the for loop range function, it basically works as a valid value.
And what are the other options other than integer there? Instead of
str, which converts it into string.
Okay. I remember that one. Thank you very much. Yes. Did you share this screenshot in the chat already?
Yeah, I pasted in the Telegram. Let me paste it in the Teams chat as well.
इनको छोड़ने भी चाह रहे हैं तो ऐसे करने पर और ये कुछ बचेगा क्योंकि
जिंदा
Sir, are you there? One question.
Yes, Shamim.
If user choice is equal to 1, here we are taking one input from user in the user choice. Again, user choice, we are taking another input to the same variable, that how many interface you want to configure.
Yeah.
We are using one variable for both purpose.
Yep, because we are under different conditions, it will not create any issue. This is condition 1, this is condition 2, right?
No, my question is user choice. We are taking input here also. Yes, yes, yes.
This user choice is a part of which condition number 1, right?
Yes, but same variable.
And this user choice is a part of condition number 2. Make sense? Oh, okay. No, you are correct, right? I'm so sorry for that. Yeah. This is a problem there. I'll make it. Let me make it user selection rather.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, sorry for that. My bad. This should be different.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So what would have been the issue if you kept it as user's choice instead of user selection?
There won't be a big, we can say, problem. The script would still work fine, but it's always better to keep the global variables with different names. So.
சட்டை வெளியில போடுங்க, கவர் உள்ள போட்டா நைட்டு இதெல்லாம் கீழே இருக்கு. நான் இன்னும் கவர் எப்படி எடுத்து ஒரு வாட்டி இப்படி போட்டோம்னா எடுக்கவே மாட்டேன். இப்படி ஃப்ரீயா இருந்தா நான் கீழே குளிச்சு கூட்டுவேன். அது அந்த இடத்துல இருக்குல்ல, என்ன கூட்ட முடியல. அதனால ஏன்னா சட்டை வெளியில போட்டுருங்க, நான் கூட்டுக்கிறேன்.
யூஸ் பண்ண வெளியே போட முடியும்.
இது எங்க வைக்கலாம் திருப்பி
தூக்கி போட்டுருங்க அவ்வளோதான்.
இல்ல ஊருகா இருக்கு.
இல்லைக்கா அது கெட்டு போனது.
கெட்டு போன்ட்டா கெட்டு போன்ட்டா அம்மா பக்கமா கீழே வச்சிட்டு இருக்காங்க. சரி நல்லா இருக்கும்.
அது நல்லா இருக்கு. ஃப்ரெண்டு ஒருத்தர் கேட்டிருந்தேன், அவங்க வச்சிருந்தது ஏதாச்சும் வந்துடலாம் சென்ட் பண்ணுறேன்.
Sir, you have to take the screenshot again and paste it because after changing the user selection, the previous one is the wrong one.
Yeah, I'll paste the new one.
Sir, I'm facing one issue. Can you please check?
Yeah, share your screen.
Here, after second time, user selection equal to 2. Here, I cannot automatically having the indentation gap.
You need to fix the indentation for line 44 and 45. Press the tab button. There you go. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Chirag, I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Let me know if feasible.
Yeah, I can see a screen.
So after this, I'm getting an error, number 19.
Int input. Yep, you missed on using the function input.
Line 23. This is and there is an error.
Just a minute. User choice is equals to enter interface name. Oh, the variable name is the problem.
User choice.
Yeah, it needs to be something else. Fix it up on line number 25 as well. Inside the for loop, it should be user choices. Similarly, do the same for your condition number 2 as well. On line number 40 and 42.
Same on 23. Again.
That's an invalid value for number of interfaces.
I selected number of value.
See,
enter the interface name.
Line number 23 should be enter the number of interfaces.
then interface name will be there. Okay.
So try again. So for the number
Yeah,
of interface.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Chirag.
Yes, Ash. Yep, guys. So we are done for the day, and we'll be continuing with the same script. We'll try integrating EIGRP and OSPF as well into the same script in our session tomorrow. But definitely, I want all of you to try that by yourself first.
Chirag,
Yeah, guys, let me complete these, and then I'll ask you your questions. Yeah.
Can you wait for
Then-
a few minutes? We need to test it because it's a long script. It's taking time. Is it possible? Because we will run into an issue. It can be fixed right now.
No worries, Kishore. Whatever error you face, you can leave it right there and we can discuss it in the session tomorrow in the beginning. Actually, the thing is that I have to also be somewhere today urgently.
Okay, no worries.
Basically,
So
few days back,
the
my
screenshot that we have, is it a complete screenshot? After else print, there is nothing more after that. Please try again.
no, nothing. After that, there is just the two commands of saving config and disconnecting the session, which even if you don't write, that won't make a difference. Yeah. I mean, it does make the difference of not saving the configs and not disconnecting the session. But the main thing that we had to focus on is something that is covered in the screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah. And talking about this, Justin, that you have pasted in the chat, we don't have a built-in method like jump in Python. But yeah, the alternative that you must have already tested is something that's the go-to option. Any other questions, guys? Anyone else having any doubts or queries?
So in this script, if we wanted to, select that another option, like after the completing the first option, so how can we put it like? So
while loops are there for that. We'll be introducing that in a coming example.
Okay.
So we'll observe that later.
Okay, and the next is if we need to configure. Again, sorry, I forgot. Sorry.
No issues. Whenever you are able to recall it, let me know in the Telegram group. I'll help you out.
Can I share my screen with you now?
Yep, sure, Kishore.
Yeah, it's a quick one. Yeah, you see this?
Yep.
So your line was over here. This one was like this. Sorry.
It is else. You are mistakenly writing else if. The last one is going to be else.
Oh, the last one is going to be else.
Yeah, yeah.
ELSE, that's it, huh?
Correct.
So when we have put it that enter the command to see output. So if it can ask that, another, like if you wanted to show another command. So can we put it there?
Anywhere, I'll introduce you to the concept, and you yourself will get the understanding wherever. I mean, on what all situations this can be implemented. So, for example, let's say you have a scenario where you want to basically repeat the question if user puts invalid input. For example, if the user puts 3, 4, 5, so you want to repeat the question that invalid input detected, please try again. And you give the question again. Till the time the user will not select 1 or 2, the script will not take the next step. So that's how while loops are implemented. Okay. Now the same thing can be done for interface configurations as well. You can say that if my user doesn't say no, then keep on asking the user that what interface do you wish to configure, or do you wish to configure more interface? If my user says yes, then give the questions again. If they say no, then break the loop. So that's how we do that.
This will become in with the help of while loop. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we'll be speaking about it in some coming example.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry,
Any
sir,
other questions,
you spoke about go-to option.
Go-to as in like that's the only available option. The go-to option as in the alternative.
Okay, I have another question as well, which is related to whatever that you are teaching us. Estimately, when will this course end?
So, like I said, it's going to take somewhere around 16 sessions to complete the content of the training. So you can say mostly by the 20th of October, we would be done. So somewhere around, let's say, five to six more sessions. And if required, let's say if we require more, then maybe a couple of more. That's it.
Oh, so only this month will be done, right?
Yeah, most probably, yes.
And another question, if after finishing this CCNA DevNet, and then I take the core course, DevCore, in terms of theory, will I be ready for the CCIE in terms of theory only?
Yeah, you will be. In terms of theory, you might go and, I mean, when you will, for example, jump onto the DevCore, there you will explore all these things more in detail, whatever we are covering, and definitely more clarity on the theory aspects would be provided. So that's definitely going to be there, and you can be rest assured that's something that we'll take care of for you. Yeah. And in case, Justin, let's say your CCNP session starts a little early, because I got to know this from Mr. Nitish as well that you're planning to go for that. So if it plans a little early also, then also I'll make sure that I connect with you and can help you in grasping the remaining topics.
Oh, okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I still have some issue if you can help me.
Sure, Kishore, yeah.
Sharing again. So here is where I'm now stuck with. I just gave the next hop everything, but it's giving me the error somewhere here. This way. Line 51.
See, read the last line of the error.
So subnet mask is not defined.
Now on the line number 48, the variable name is different, and on line number 51, you are calling it in a different manner. That's the problem.
Okay.
And I see the same problem on line number 38 and 39 as well. It is interface details. Then on line number 39, you missed on typing S.
Thank you, man. Sharp.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed the class. I'll see you all tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll be speaking more about this and whatever questions you would have regarding the script that we have covered today. So let's continue tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, Chirag. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.